First thing we've got to do, once the vehicle's parked on level, stable surface, as you can see here, is we've got to start the engine and put the PDO into gear. Alright, start the engine. This being a manual transmission, put my foot on the clutch, gauge the PDO, foot right off the clutch. See it's come up there on the dash that it's on, and we'll just idle up the vehicle and give it a few revs so that the tray works a bit quicker. With the PDO engaged, we'll walk around to the left hand side of the vehicle. The hydraulic spool valve is mounted on the left hand side behind the rear wheels. You'll see this particular vehicle's actually got an auxiliary hydraulic circuit. Most of them have only got 3 levers, slide in, out, up and down in the winch. Some have got 5, with the other 2 being the legs, or if they've got a second car underlift, they operate that. This one's actually got a air operated dog clutch, which is pretty standard as well. And this is the radio remote unit. The tray has a lockout device to stop it from being lifted until it is slid back. I'll just slide it forward so you can see it. So in its slid forward position, the tilt lever cannot be worked because it's in that lockout bar. The reason that that lockout bar is there is that when the tray slides forward to its first position, it slides into this lockout device. This ties it down to the truck chassis, and obviously it would do a lot of damage if the tray was to be lifted while it's in that. So I'll just slide it back again. Right, initially to slide the tray back to get it off for your first load, just lift the first lever or use the button on the remote. So you'll see that this lever here is up. Just put it back into neutral. Slide the tray back a little bit, then you can lift it up, which is the second lever. You can see it lifts up as well. Lift the tray up a little bit. And then keep sliding it back until it slides into the ground. Right, the tray is at the full extent of its travel there. Just lift it up until it touches the ground, and then if it's a spring truck like this one is, especially if it's got a load on, just give it a little bit more just to jam the tray on the ground pretty well. Otherwise, when you unload something, the tray might spring up and hit the item that you've just slid off. Now we're going to start winching, and the thing to remember is don't get in the way of the load. If anything was to happen, you want to make sure that whatever you're winching on there can't roll off and run you over. Right, here we are winching the load on, as you can see, out of the way of the winch cable, and this forklift slowly moving up the tray. I'll winch the forklift up until it's in position. Normally you would winch a load on pretty much as far up as you can go. The further up the tray you get it, the less counterweight you've got behind the back wheels. So now I'm going to secure the load. I'm not going to include securing the load in this video. That's something that you'll have to work on your own company procedures. Once your load is secured, and secured front and rear, see I've got this machine chained on front and rear, and this is no indication on how you should chain a vehicle or anything on the road. That's something your company will have to advise you on. Then we slacken the winch cable off just a little bit so that there's no load on the winch at all.